What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Tegan with Vision 208. I'm coming at you with a mic review today. Recently in the office, I've been talking to Bill about which one of these would be better, what type of situation would they be in, and truly I didn't know because I haven't actually tested them against each other. So we're gonna do that today. This is a soundproof room, so there's gonna be a couple series of tests. We're gonna turn on fans in here to see how good the noise cancellation is, and then we're gonna take it outside on the Broadway. I own these, and then the studio owns these. So I was really curious because I've never actually put them up against each other. I've always used these. I use these on shoots. First and foremost, the first thing I noticed is the form factor on these things. The DJI is so much smaller, it's ridiculous. So what comes in this case comes in a bag, and in the bag there's a wire, and then there was a couple of these little windscreen things. I lost the wire, unfortunately. That was my bad. I tend to lose things, so that is my fault. Now, as far as the case, it just comes in a case that could fit in a front pocket if you're wearing cargos, or maybe a back pocket or a bag, backpack. It's super small, super discreet. That's what I love about it. And if you open it up, you're gonna have one receiver and 2 transmitters, and there is some magnet, as you can see there. So this transmitter is super small, fits super well on any camera. I personally use it on an FX30 a lot of the time. It's going to be used on an FX3 here soon, so that'll be super interesting. And it does up to 2. There's the link button, and then you can charge it in the back. And there's also this section for this, which is also in the case. It is a USB-C type of charger. So if you wanted, you could plug it into the back of a phone, something like that. Now, as you go into the rest of the case, pretty boring, pretty standard, just charging case, nothing too exciting. As for this receiver, there's the power button. This changes your volume levels, and then obviously input for 3.5, and then a USB-C right there and a link button. Now, as for these, the form factor is crazy small. Like, if you see it in the palm of my hand, it's not very big at all. As for noise cancellation, if you hold it, that's to power it on, and then if you press it, then noise cancellation turns on. And that's the on and off button. Now, I'm gonna do a little mic swap so you can hear those while we talk about these ones. Okay, we have swapped. Sound cancellation is off. Just as a note. So first and foremost, here are the Rode mics. You can actually take this wire out and use it as wireless. And then if you plug this wire in, it's obviously gonna be a little bit more accurate. So that's what we do with a lot of our clients. I love this clip, that's awesome. And there are magnets, but they aren't as small in form factor as the DJI. They're a lot bigger, as you can see, and that's actually 2 of them for both of them. So 2 of them, you just run the mic through wire through right there, and then you can just click. And then if you want to magnetize this to your shirt as well, you could just click just like that. It's pretty awesome. Now the first thing that pops up for me is the absolute size of these. There's 2 cases. There's one for the wiring, and then there's one for 1 receiver and 2 transmitters. Now, if you look at the size of these in comparison to my palms, it's kind of crazy. Like, it is so much bigger. You could fit almost 2 of these. Yeah, you could fit 2 of these inside of one of those. And that's where I think sound will be super important, is that extra size that you're carrying around worth it, because it doesn't look that big when you look at these, but when you have a whole camera bag and room is important, that's when things like this start to matter. My only complaint I've ever had for these so far is these look the same. And we actually had to label them, as you can see, because we have 2 sets of these, and I accidentally grabbed 2 of the receivers, and we got to the shoot, and it was like, now we don't have audio, and it was a problem. So keep that in mind if you ever do get these, and if you don't have 2 sets, then you don't have a problem. But if you do have 2 sets, watch out for that. I'm gonna go turn on these fans, do it with the DJI mic first, turn on the noise cancellation, and then try these. These do not have noise cancellation, so unfortunately I can't compare that, but you know, is what it is. Okay, fan is on. It is quite literally maybe 5 feet in front of me. I can feel the air blowing. You can probably see it on the plant, in fact. I do not have noise cancellation on, so we're gonna turn it on now. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I'm in the studio and I'm filming and we're doing a long session, we have to turn off all AC and stuff like that. I know it's like that on film sets and stuff like that. And it gets hot, dude. So if we could find something to have at least a fan on, that would be awesome. That would be an awesome thing to have. Okay, now this is test 2 with the Rode microphone. Now we're gonna take these outside. I'm pretty excited. I'm not gonna lie, I'm more confident in these than I am in these, just because of, you know, noise cancellation, right? Okay, so review time. First and foremost, the Rode microphone. Okay, so we are outside. I have the Rode mic on. I can barely even hear myself talk. I have to kind of tone it down a little bit because I'm naturally talking louder, in fact. So I don't know if I'm actually so impressed because from what I understand, these don't have noise cancellation. Test 1. We're gonna swap over the DJI now. It sounds really good, honestly. I'm really impressed. There's obviously road noise, but you know, it was on a busy street, so that's understandable. As for the DJI mics, let's see what those sound. This is with the DJI mic. I do not have noise cancellation on right now. There are cars flying. I can literally see my volume meter going. That is without noise cancellation, and that is awful. Oh my goodness. We played devil's advocate. I didn't put the little windscreen on it, so that might have changed things. That's my bad. Okay, this is with the noise cancellation on. I feel like it's gonna be really pushing it. Like I can't even hear myself talk right now. That sounds pretty good, honestly. There's a little bit of, when you compress audio, it kind of sounds almost fake. There's that fakey feeling a little bit there. I will say that, but considering how busy that road was and you're not gonna be shooting in that type of scenario, it sounded pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that. So as for price, these Rode mics are coming out to about $300. That doesn't include the lav and everything that you need that comes with those. These DJI mics, on the other hand, are coming out to $150, but they also do not have lav and they do not support other things that these might. Now, these have a 32-bit internal recording and these do not. So these have a safety net, those do not. That's huge, that's a big thing. As far as wireless range, they are about the same, 850 versus 820 feet. Now, why you would be away that far from a camera, I don't know, but you never know. Every filmmaker needs different things, so that's something to keep in mind. These usually can come out to full day use, especially with the charged case. These are gonna come out to about 18. That's something you pay for in a smaller size. That's just what it is. This does have gain assist, so you're not peaking, and if I talk really loud, then it keeps it down and it doesn't peak and I don't have my ears blown out when I'm editing it later. As for these, they do have some flow and noise cancellation, as you saw, and automatic limiting, but they're a lot less flexible than these according to users. Very professional set, very ready to go. These are also ready to go, but a lot smaller. I would definitely say these are used for 2 different scenarios. I would definitely say these are more broadcast quality and these sound a lot better than these do. There's just a lot more range on it and it also captures a lot of the deeper parts of people's voices. But also on top of that, you can't beat the size of these and just how easy, quick, and plug and play they are. So really, it just depends on what you need as a filmmaker. As for us, if we're using a lot of broadcast and a lot of commercial, professional products, we're obviously gonna go with these, even if I grab the wrong one. But if we're running with a small vlog camera, then these would be perfect for that. And I think that's what they're built for, right? So really, is one better than the other? Depends on what you need. As for us, I think these are gonna come out on top just purely because they're broadcast level. Meanwhile, these, they have a little bit less range and you know, they're meant for traveling in vlogs. They're not meant for broadcast level. You would need to upgrade to a bigger microphone if you were to do that. Thank you guys for watching the video. It was super, super fun to make. I got made fun of out on Broadway and honked at and it was totally worth it. So if you enjoyed it, awesome. I hope I helped you make a decision. That was kind of the main point of this. I know I made mine. So have a good day. That's such an awkward ending. I'm doing it. I'm awkward. I'm an awkward dude. Cool. Done.